Guys, there's a hidden detail in Adolescence Episode 1 that literally flips the entire story upside down. In one tiny frame, right at 001142, there's an object in Jamie's arrest scene that completely changes how you understand this entire series. And trust me, once you spot it, you won't ever see Episode 1 the same way again. Context section. All right, guys, welcome back. Today, we're breaking down Episode 1 of Adolescence, the Netflix series everyone is talking about. This episode, Jamie's arrest, sets up the tone, the mystery, and the emotional punch that carries the whole show. No spoilers beyond Episode 1, but this episode is packed with symbolism, hidden clues, and background details that hint at the dark truth behind Jamie's story. And at 1:23:45, there's a background detail during the final interrogation room shot that directly connects to Episode 5 and the entire season arc. So let's dive into the biggest hidden details from Episode 1, the ones even hardcore fans missed. Fact 1. The red wristband that reveals Jamie's real state of mind. What? Jamie wears a faded red wristband on his left hand, barely visible under his jacket sleeve. Where? You see it first at 00:05:14 when the police officer grabs his arm. Why it matters. Directors confirmed in interviews that the wristband represents the last moment Jamie felt safe. It's tied to an earlier unseen event, explained later in the season. The color red symbolizes trauma, urgency, and danger. What fans noticed. Reddit users pointed out the wristband looks exactly like the hospital visitor band used in flashbacks. People think it foreshadows that Jamie's trauma didn't start with the arrest. It started way earlier. But wait, bro. If the wristband was subtle, the next detail is even crazier because it's been sitting in plain sight. Fact 2. The police car reflection shows something off behind Jamie. What? During the arrest, Jamie is placed against the police car. In the reflection, you can see a shadowy figure watching from behind a fence. Where? At 00833, slow down to 0.25 speed and watch the right side of the car window. Why it matters. Directors said Episode 1 hides the presence, a mysterious observer connected to later episodes. This figure appears again subtly in Episode 3 and Episode 5. What fans noticed. IMDb users noticed the figure appears to be wearing the same hoodie seen in the Episode 5 reveal. Fans think this is proof Jamie was being watched long before the arrest. Imagine if Jamie wasn't arrested randomly. Imagine if someone set things up. That takes us to Fact 3. Fact 3. The mysterious notebook page in Jamie's room. What? Jamie's desk has a torn notebook page with repeated symbols, circles connected with lines. Where? At 00:03:59, when the camera pans across his room before the police break in. Why it matters. That symbol reappears in Episode 4 during the therapy sessions. It's connected to Jamie's coping mechanism and the mapping technique discussed later. This means the show foreshadows Jamie's mental process before we even know what he's struggling with. What fans noticed. Fans on Reddit believe the symbol represents Jamie's attempt to track patterns or events, possibly trying to predict when bad things happen. Bro, if Jamie was already mapping his trauma, then what happens next is even more shocking. Fact 4. The officer's badge number is a hidden foreshadow. What? The arresting officer's badge reads 271, but this number comes back later in the show. Where? At 00706, zoom in when the officer reaches for his radio. Why it matters. Episode 5 reveals that 271 is the case number linked to another teenager with almost the exact same symptoms as Jamie. The idea? Jamie's not alone. there's a deeper pattern. What fans noticed. Fans on IMDb noticed the same number appears on a police report in episode 6. Some think it hints at a cover-up or system-level issue. But wait for the next bombshell, because this detail connects Jamie to someone we haven't met yet. Fact 5. The broken photo frame tells a dark story. What? In Jamie's living room, a family photo is cracked right across his face. Where? At 00248, right after the establishing shot of the home. Why it matters. Directors said the broken photo represents fractured identity. The crack specifically across Jamie's face hints at his internal conflict and sense of disconnection. It also hints at a major family issue only revealed in episode 5. What fans noticed. Reddit threads exploded saying the crack aligns perfectly with Jamie's eye, symbolizing how he sees the world differently. Transition. Bro, if that photo frame wasn't enough, this next detail ties the entire arrest sequence together. Fact 6. The blue light flicker explains Jamie's panic moment. What? During the arrest, the police car sirens flicker from blue to dark blue for a split second. Where? At 00941, right when Jamie looks terrified. Why it matters. That flicker matches the lighting used during Jamie's flashback sequences in episode 2. Meaning, Jamie wasn't scared of the arrest. He was triggered by a traumatic memory associated with blue flashing lights. What fans noticed. Fans think this is an early sign of PTSD, and the show visually cues it before revealing the truth. Transition. But the final detail, bro. This one might be the biggest clue of all episode 1. Fact 7. The silent look between Jamie and the camera. What? Jamie briefly looks directly into the camera lens for just one frame. Where? At 001142, right before the police close the door. Why it matters. This is intentional. Directors confirmed this fourth wall break symbolizes Jamie's plea for help, but also suggests he knows more about the situation than we do. It breaks the boundary between viewer and character. What fans noticed. People on Reddit theorize Jamie might be self-aware about the trauma cycle, and that's why the show keeps framing him alone in wide shots. Transition. Now let's move to the biggest secret of episode 1, and it's hidden in the interrogation room. Climax, theory section. Okay guys, this is the wildest hidden detail in episode 1. During the interrogation sequence at 1:23:45, pause the frame when the camera shifts to the mirror behind Jamie. The mirror shows a second reflection of Jamie. Not just one, two. But here's the insane part. The second reflection is slightly delayed, like it's moving slower than the real Jamie. Fans think this symbolizes Jamie's dissociative state, a fractured identity, a memory or personality he's suppressing, or an alternate perspective that the show will reveal later. But the production team said in an interview, the mirror in episode 1 foreshadows everything about Jamie's future. That means the entire plot twist of later episodes is spoiled in episode 1, hidden in a mirror no one was supposed to look at. This is why episode 1 is a masterpiece. This mirror shot literally hints at Jamie's truth before the show explains it. Alright guys, that wraps our breakdown of Adolescence episode 1, Jamie's Arrest. From the wristband symbol, to the badge foreshadow, to the double reflection mirror shot, the creators hid a ton of emotional and psychological clues in this episode. Which fact blew your mind the most? Drop it in the comments and type Part 2 if you want episode 2 breakdown next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, guys. because my next video dives into the crazy symbolism in Episode 2's flashback sequence. Stay tuned. This series gets darker.